Natasha was hanging out, and I got her on a roll and asking her questions. And the one question I said, what was the most money you ever made in one day? And she goes, 40,000.
Yeah.
And I said, no, one day. She goes, yeah, one day, $40,000. Rolling Stones in Houston. He goes, Houston. And what they used to call fake tickets were blinkers. Oh. Now, blinkers were popular. I would not deal with blinkers, although we're going to have a good story in the coming season of when myself and Freddie the Weeper got bamboozled, and we didn't get fleeced. We got it was like a Murphy'd.
There's so you paused and bamboozled and fleeced. It seems there's a tier. There's a tier system.
Right.
Okay. So you got bamboozled, but not fleeced. Well, fleeced is more severe than bamboozled.
Right. Like, okay. Well, we were. I guess they're sort of all the same. You know, you're a willing participant. Mm-hmm. It's like you're a con game. You know, you're a willing participant in the con, right? You're allowing yourself to be take part in this, sort of like the guy accepting the cheese basket.
Right. Of course you take the cheese basket.
Right. Ooh, we'll send it to your wife. A little gift from That'd be nice. So, yeah, Freddie and I bought Springsteen tickets.
Oh, okay.
At the Garden.
Wow.
He was on, you would probably know this better than me. It was 88 maybe?
Yeah, it's a Tunnel of Love tour.
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah. And this guy, we didn't know, as a regular ticket hustler, he had a bunch of seats we were hanging around the Garden, and I don't think there was a show that night, but there was maybe, he might have done 7, 8 shows?
That would make sense. Yeah.
So there was maybe 5 or 6 left, and this guy had seats, and they were the same. They were middle floors, like section D, row 4, seats 1 to 12 for all the performances. And it turned out they were bogus. Mm. So but we'll save the rest of the story. But back to Natasha.
Okay.
Selena, Mama Pretzel.
Very aliases.
She got the Mama Pretzel.
No.
Well, she started her career as a pretzel vendor. Hmm. And she saw in the city, and she would say, I'd see these guys making money with this. We started doing T-shirts, and then we started doing tickets, and we go around the country. So she claimed that at this particular Rolling Stones show, which might have been at the Astrodome, or it might have been at the big stadium in Dallas, not the new one, the old where the Cowboys played. Anyway, the floor tickets were general admission. So classic blinkers, which they used to do for the Grateful Dead shows a lot, would be GA tickets because you don't have to have a separate section seat row, seat row, right? You just print in GA. So I said to Tasha when she goes, hey, we made 40,000. I go, yeah, but I said, but were the people getting in? She goes, yeah, they get in. I would not take them otherwise. Guy wanted to sell them to me $20 each. People were paying $50. He goes, so I tell him, let me make sure they get in. So she bought like 2 of them and she claimed she walked the people up. Once she saw the people go in, she bought them. Wow. She had no compunction because the people were getting in.
Wow.
But
she sold nearly, that's close to 1,000 tickets. Yeah. It's 800 tickets.
Yeah. It was huge. Wow. So we'll get to Natasha.
Yeah.
We'll get to a lot of stuff. I guess we were trying to pay tribute to the camel.
We were paying tribute to the camel, and we're trying to have a little fun. We know that a lot of folks are going through some rough stuff right now. We're on the more fortunate end of the spectrum. in that we do have testing. We do know that we have good health right now. And we do know that life goes on. We're excited about some of the things that Ring of Honor is about to do.
Yes.
Including we started a whole new series week by week with Quinn McKay, which is featuring.
I watched that today.
Yeah.
Very good.
Featuring the stars of Ring of Honor. We've done trivia nights. We're doing watch-alongs. We're doing all kinds of stuff on the YouTube page. So we're trying to stay busy. And, between me, you, AJ, and the hole in the wall, there's whole bunch of talks about maybe starting to see if things are safe as some of the states make these determinations with the scientists and things like that. So our fingers are crossed that I'd love to call some wrestling. I'll just say that, but only if things are safe.
It has to be safe. And a lot of the wrestling that I've seen from the other companies, some of it's been okay, is about as high a rating as you could give it.
Yeah.
Because it's rough to do wrestling in front of no people, but we also need some new content.
Yeah.
And but the key thing is being safe.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to see anyone getting sick, and we don't want to wind up like speaking of pretzels. There was another.
There's a second pretzel
in the ticket world.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to hear this.